Welcome! So what I'm going to do is make sure that I remove the blacks from my Arty Games app, and then I'm going to select 3 Copic colors and 3 Prismacolors because I have about a 50-50% ratio of the two brands. And then I mix them up in a bag, which you'll see very soon. And so I put them in the bag and close it up, shake it up, twist it, turn it, try to mix them up as best as possible, and then I just shake them out until they come out. And these are the colors that came out first. So these are my 3 markers. I've got Cocoa Bean, Frost Blue, and Peony. And then just a really quick swatch of them and a test to see exactly what they look like and how they look together. And then I'm going to get into the piece. I'm actually doing 2 pieces today. So I'm doing 3 marker challenge off of this drawing that I did before I drew the colors. There's no proof that I did it, but you'll just have to believe me. I've got a bunch of different sketches and whatnot, just trying to make sure that this is going to work. Basically, I wanted something that I thought could work with no matter what kind of color combo I got. So I figured I'd go with a fairy because fairies they're mythical creatures, so they can have any type of skin tone and hair tone and dress tone and everything. And I wanted to put her as if she's like twirling over the water, kind of like Ferngully-ish style, if any of you have seen that movie before. And then here I'm scribbling out color so that I can A, get a translucent looking wing over her hair, and B, get some color blending. So I figured 2 birds, 1 stone kind of thing. And I was getting frustrated trying to get the blended look or the translucent look with her wing. So I decided to move on and touch up her dress and add color to the water and everything. Just a very simple ripple kind of thing. And then I really wanted to do like a reverse gradient on her dress, but for some reason I couldn't get it to work anymore. So then I decided to do like a really pretty blend of the colors and drag the peony color out with the frost blue and then get like that gradient mix in between and then kind of feather it out into the bottom of the dress and then add shading by doubling down the frost blue. So it kind of looks like a flower used as a dress, which I kind of like. And then I decided to go in with my cocoa bean and add some of the brown that's in her hair, but also incorporate it into her clothing. And I don't know, I gave her like some kind of stockings, but I don't know if I really like that decision, although it does look okay at the end. Usually I don't line my artwork with at least black, but I decided today to do that because I figured it would really add to the piece in a way that I don't think I could have done with just the markers. So I'm going in with a, what is it, a 0.02. So it's not super thick, but it's not super thin either. It's actually thicker than I usually go for outlining drawings, but I figured I'd go in with this, and then I went in with a 0.01, I believe, for her skin and the wrinkles in the dress, I guess. Ultimately, I think this turned out pretty well. It's my first time ever doing a 3 marker challenge. Oh, excuse me, I've got hiccups or something. I don't really like how her hands came out, but I spent so much time sketching the hands in the sketching process that I just was like, F it, let's go with it and hope for the best. Luckily, her hands are a small piece of this piece. But so I colored it, and then I was gonna leave it after the outline, and then I was like, I can't leave her skin white. So what I did was I scribbled some of the cocoa bean brown color onto my little test swatch piece of paper, And then while it was still wet, I grabbed the color with my frost blue marker, and I was going to do just shading, and then I was like, I actually kind of like this as a skin tone. It's got like a bluish, greenish, brownish tone to it, so I decided to cover her skin in that color, and I go over it a couple times just to make sure that it's blended properly. And then you'll see that I gave up on coloring on the swatch sheet and then grabbing it, and I just colored it directly onto the nib. May have ruined my frost blue nib a little bit, or like stained it at least, but it still works. And that's the other piece. We're on number 2 now. I decided to do this 3 marker challenge 2 ways. One, by coloring in a piece that I did before I got the markers chosen, and then do a piece based off of the colors. And I was coming up with a bunch of different types of like people, but nothing actually like seemed to really incorporate the colors as well as I wanted to. So I decided to go with more of a kind of nature scene and do kind of like a dead or winterish tree kind of thing. And then I did like a little red cape hanging off of one of the branches. So it kind of looks a little, maybe not dark necessarily, but it does look, it's different than what I usually do. But I don't think I have a usual right now because I'm still exploring my style and things like that. But I love this peony color, and I think it's a beautiful burgundy red, and I just really wanted it to be kind of the highlight of the piece. I do love frost blue, but there's only so much you can do with it, and only so dark you can get it and everything. So basically what I did for this was I did the cloak or the robe or whatever you want to call it, the hood, and the RV69 peony, and then I did some of the shading and lining of it with the cocoa bean Prismacolor color, and then I, of course, used the cocoa bean color for the tree, and I colored in the tree in pieces and in singular directions because I wanted it to keep the bark consistency, which you'll see pretty soon here. What I'm doing right now is adding in the frost blue because I had to add it in somewhere. So I decided to, since it is frost blue, I decided to kind of make patches of snow sitting in different areas of the tree and a little bit on the shoulder and the top of the hood of the cloak. Yeah. I don't really know how to draw snow because snow is white, and I don't have a concept of shading and colors within white stuff yet. I'm still working on that. Everything I'm still working on, let's be honest. But yeah, so now you can see that I'm coloring in the tree, and I'm just coloring in around the pieces where I want white to be, or the snow, the frost blue, and everything. So I didn't use the frost blue as much as I did in the first one, or as much as you probably should in a 3 marker challenge, but you know what? I don't care. I really like how, honestly, I like how both pieces came out, but I really love how this one came out. I could stand to draw a tree much better than this, but drawing this one and coloring it only took me about 30 minutes. So I just want to make sure that I get my video out on time to you guys tomorrow, and not struggle to do like a last minute craft like I did last week. And I wanted to do this 3 marker challenge at least 2 ways. I originally wanted to do 3 or 4 ways, but maybe in the future, we'll see. And I'll leave it kind of in the air, I guess, because I've got a lot of plans of what I want to do for you in the future, for anyone who's watching these. But yeah, that's really about it. I said that last part talking away from the screen, so I don't know how much you'll hear, but I'm wrapping up. Got a few seconds left. Adding in some swirly wind pieces that you can't really see, and that's it. Thanks for watching.